Happy New Year. And today, instead of having a little bit more scripted scenario and just going through and reading you all the list of the announcements like I've been doing for the most part month to month, I'd like to talk for just a minute about goals. Since this is New Year's and people make New Year's resolutions, I thought that this would be something that would be worthwhile to spend a minute on. I know that most people have some sort of goal, even if you don't want to call it a New Year's resolution. Sometimes that has sort of a funny connotation. But I think that setting personal goals as much as workplace goals is really, really an important thing and can make everybody feel better in just kind of a general sense. To use myself as an example, I always feel better all around. I feel like I do a better job at work, like I'm a little bit more focused if I have personal goals that I'm focusing on at the same time. And so for me, most of that time, that means that I have some sort of a race that I'm working towards, that I'm running a certain amount, changing something up, trying to do something, but I have some sort of goal in mind, and that goal kind of focuses all of my other goals. So this is a good time for you to think about goals that might, do something to enhance your own personal fitness or well-being. Talk to Jan Williams. She has a lot of secrets and she has a lot of little helpful hints that can make that whole process a little bit easier. But all of those things and taking care of yourself and making yourself feel better can really kind of contribute to the overall wellness of our organization, which I think is very important. I do have a couple of things, though, that I do want to mention that are updates. As you all know, we've been going through an RFP process for our bookstore, and we did just a couple of days ago award a contract to Barnes & Noble. And this was a very competitive process, but Barnes & Noble did come out a little bit ahead of 3 other competitors. I'm very excited about what they're going to be able to provide for us, and I think that they're going to provide some different options for our students that we haven't been able to provide in the past, and our goal is still to focus the same on customer service and being able to offer our students some customized products that we haven't always been able to offer in the past. As I know more about this, I'll let you know, but Barnes & Noble will be sending an implementation team in probably within the next couple of weeks to start discussions about how they will make that transition. I did get some preliminary budget information this morning, and this is some of the best news that I've had in a while. The preliminary figures show that the Legislative Finance Committee's budget recommendation has us up a little over $300,000. And that's probably the best news that we could hope for. Now, this is not our definite budget figure. The budget still has to go through the legislative process, but that's their recommendation, and they generally have about the most significant say in what our budget turns out to be. So I'll keep you posted as that continues to progress. And one other thing, with our Higher Learning Commission accreditation that's coming up March 5th through 7th, you'll probably see ads in the newspaper where we are soliciting public comments. This is something that we're required to do by the Higher Learning Commission. It's just a regular part of the process. And right now, Robin Jones and I are working on the schedule for what the self-study visit is going to consist of. So many, many, many of you will be involved in meetings with the Higher Learning Commission where they are going to be asking to speak to different functional areas, different groups, different constituency groups. So I encourage you all to participate as much as you possibly can, to be open and honest with them as much as you possibly can. This is a process that we engage in so that we can learn and we can improve and we can make our processes even better than they are right now. And one other thing that I'd like to conclude with, I'm being handed a note here by Lisa Spencer, who makes me do this every month, that our next cultural arts event is on January 28th, and it will be the Rhythmic Circle. I thought it was circus. It is circus. Yeah, it's Rhythmic Circus. Anyway, it's supposed to be really, really, really good, and it's at Marshall Auditorium, I do believe. So please come out for that. You'll see. We'll have more information on that available, but it will be at 7 o'clock in the evening. I hope that if any of you have any questions or comments, as always, that you'll please come and see me. And I would like to extend a special thanks to Samantha Romero in the cashier's office, who told me to focus my eyes on the camera instead of wandering all around like I couldn't focus on anything. So hopefully that's a little bit better this time. If not, that's my goal. I'll keep working on that.